Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness is the spectacle that fans have come to expect from their favorite Marvel movies. But despite the hype, some fans are tweeting harsh opinions. Here are the brutal reviews that prove not everyone is loving Doctor Strange 2. Plenty of movie fans have made their way out to the theater to see Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, and the overall response seems to be positive. Many of the initial fan reactions on Twitter applauded the movie for its stellar direction and brilliant performances by Benedict Cumberbatch and Elizabeth Olsen. However, negative reactions are starting to hit Twitter, with moviegoers who are less than impressed and not afraid to share their opinions. We found some of the harshest reviews, but have no fear, there aren't any spoilers. Doctor Strange 2 may not be the best movie put out by Marvel Studios, so we can understand it being picked at, but these Twitter users found no redeeming qualities and let their disdain shine. One user tweeted, "I did not expect Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness to be that relentlessly awful. Oh my god." While another tweeted, "Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness sucks so much, it's one of the worst movies I've ever seen, and it's an MCU movie. The big shame." While it's obvious that Doctor Strange 2 is an MCU movie, a lot of negative responses seem to highlight that fact, which proves how much people expect from Marvel Studios these days. One user was particularly disappointed when they tweeted, "Doctor Strange was so bad, what a letdown for a Marvel movie." Digging the knife a little deeper was this tweet, "Never seen something suffocate itself with such a hatred of the concept of continuity before. But hey, I guess the MCU is very much in that phase, so why not?" While some Doctor Strange haters were relatively general in their criticisms, others were very specific about where it all went wrong. After watching the film, one user tweeted, "Doctor Strange review. Well, that sucked. Disjointed, weak character development, did not deliver the madness as much as you'd think. Best part was Wanda, even though her motivations were pretty weak too. Utter disappointment. The script seemed to be a resounding issue for those who didn't like the movie. In particular, one tweet said, words that can describe Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness are horrible, terrible, no good, very bad writing." Continuing with the theme of the writing quality on display, this tweet declared, "Gotta say, as a guy who typically enjoys every MCU thing out there, Doctor Strange was truly a pretty terrible movie. Visually stunning, but the story, writing, blatant insignificance or overall impact, and glaring plot holes were very off base with the MCU. It was just bad." Most of the negative reviews we found involve story elements. There were hardly any criticisms about the performances or special effects. It's not surprising to see the disappointed Doctor Strange viewers compare it to their other least favorite superhero movies. Many negative reviews liken the sequel to some real bombs, which are somewhat surprising comparisons. One user referenced a rarely talked about Marvel movie, at least as bad as Thor 2. Fan service without heart, ruining characters, stupid plot, and even the effects could have been better. I'm shocked. Thor: The Dark World is one of the least liked movies in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and was only recently dethroned by Eternals as having the lowest Rotten Tomatoes score for any MCU project. Comparing Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness to Thor: The Dark World is a bold choice, but clearly showcases this user's problems with the film. Another tweeter compared the Benedict Cumberbatch flick to a DCEU film, which has divided fans for years. "I did not like this movie. In my opinion, Batman vs. Superman is better than this. The writing, pacing, and plot holes, the director not seeing WandaVision contributed to this, combined for a bad showing for me. Batman vs. Superman: Dawn of Justice definitely has a dedicated fanbase, but the Zack Snyder film is mostly known for being a pretty big mess that was heavily criticized. There's no question that some audience members left their theaters disappointed by what they saw, but the good news is that plenty of other fans love the final product and can't wait to see what adventures Doctor Strange will get into next." Check out one of our newest videos right here. Plus, even more Looper videos about Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness are coming soon. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the bell so you don't miss a single one.